My name is Elizabeth Cromwell, and I'm the President and CEO of the Frederick County Chamber of Commerce. The relationship between the Frederick County Chamber of Commerce and both our local and state and federal legislators is a fairly close connection. We have ongoing dialogue between our elected officials. We often will ask our members for their opinions on certain issues. That's come up fairly recently. And we usually work through our Public Policy Committee, which is a committee of the Chamber. And we make recommendations to our elected officials regarding pending legislation or things that we would like to have come up. We work very closely with both the City and the County Office of Economic Development. We believe we have a lot of parallel goals as far as attracting business and retaining business in Frederick. As far as the Arts Council goes, we do work with a number of arts and cultural entities because one of the things that we hear most from our larger employers is that employee retention is really important, and attracting people to come to Frederick is challenging. We have some world-class labs that are here in Frederick County, and when you're talking about competition between labs in Paris, in London, in Frederick, it can be a challenge to get people to come here to look at the town. And there are some companies here in Frederick that have stepped up in a big way to enhance the quality of the cultural life here in an effort to make Frederick an even more warm and inviting place to come. One area of concern I have as far as the branding of Frederick County is the misinformation that's out there. To give you an example of that, the head of our Public Policy Committee was in a meeting not too long ago in Baltimore, and a gentleman from the state got up and they were talking about a big project coming forward, and everyone in the state wants this project in their county. The gentleman from the state said, well, we know we can take Frederick County out of the running. Let's take them off the table because there is a water shortage in Frederick County and there's a building moratorium, so they're ineligible for this project. And the head of our Public Policy Committee raised his hand and said that ended over 10 years ago. That has not been the case for more than a decade. And when I hear comments like that, my much bigger concern is, what aren't we hearing? You know, what is the perception out there? So I don't think it's really so much a competition among all of the other counties as it is, let's just make it clear that, you know, there's world-class work going on here. We have a relatively cheap cost of living here compared to other parts of the state. We have a high school graduation rate here of 94%, which is amazing. And so those are the kinds of rebranding, that kind of information I want to get out there. We are also, though, taking a more regional approach to this, and I've created an alliance with the Montgomery County Chamber of Commerce and also the Gaithersburg Germantown Chamber of Commerce. We're really looking at the I-270 corridor as an opportunity for all of us not to compete with each other, but to try to work together to maximize the benefit there. There's no question that there's sort of a dual role that we serve, and you know, one role that we serve is being the best investment we can be for our members, and a lot of times that includes, you know, the guy that sells hearing aids at the shopping mall or the shoe store, and I never want to lose sight of the fact that you know, their goals are immediate. And we want to definitely show that being a member of the Chamber has rewards for them. But we also recognize that being such a large and active chamber, we have a lot of power. And the question is how do we channel that in a way that improves the business landscape for all of Frederick County? And so So we have those two kind of parallel projects happening at the same time. And I think some people are more aware of the first group and how, yes, we want to make sure that we have an energy co-op that you can, if you're a member, you can have cheaper energy bills because you join things like that. So we have a lot of those kinds of benefits. It's this other piece where I think there's so much opportunity, and I try to be as apolitical as possible, because I think that's where there are some dangers there. And I think from the conversations I've had, there are enough areas of common interest, at least as far as goals go. How you get to those goals is going to be tricky, but that's an area that I really want to work on and grow.